Okay, let us take a look at this example. You are given a deck of 52 cards and you are asked to pick a card. So the first part of the question wants you to find the probability that the card you pick is a picture card, but there's a condition attached. The condition is that the card is a spade. Okay, so if you look at the diagram here, you are given all the 52 cards and they come in the four different sets. Okay, so you have the clubs, followed by the diamonds, followed by the hearts, followed by the spades. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to first of all define our two events. First, the card that I want to pick, or the probability of the card that I want to pick, which is the picture card. So we let A denote the event that you are getting a picture card. Okay, and then the condition is that it's a spade, right? So we will let B be the event that you get a spade card. Okay, so there are two methods here. The first one, which is highly recommended, is to use the conditional probability formula that you have just learned. Okay, so the first question, or the first part, is asking us to find the probability that you get a picture card given that it is a spade. So we will write it as the probability of A given B. Then using the formula, you have the probability of A intersect B divided by the probability of B. Okay, so what we do is to find the probability of A intersect B. Altogether, there are 52 cards. A intersect B means that you are getting a picture card, which is a spade. Okay, so if you look at the set here, a picture card that is a spade, there are only three: the jack, the queen, and the king. Okay, so that's the reason why the probability is 3 out of 52. So we do the same thing for probability of B, which is the probability of getting a spade. Okay, so let's go back to our diagram here. How many spades do we have? So that will be all the cards in this set here. Okay, so altogether there are 13 cards, so the probability will be 13 out of 52. Okay, and that will allow you to find your required probability. Okay, so this is the using the conditional probability. We're going to use this method to also solve our second question, okay, which is the fact that you are given a picture card and you need to find the probability that it is a spade. So it's like the other way around, right? Okay, so same thing, we are using the same two events, right? A for picture card and B for spade. But now the question is asking us to find the probability of B given A. So again, we can use the formula, okay, the conditional probability formula, and you realize that B intersect A is the same set as what we were talking about previously, which is the three picture cards that are spades. Okay, so it's still 3 out of 52. However, for the probability of A is the event of getting a picture card. Picture card are those that are jack, queen, and king. In other words, these are the cards. Okay, so altogether there are 12 cards. So my probability will be 12 out of 52. Okay, and then you evaluate, that will give you your required probability. Okay, now alternatively, you can use the reduced sample space, which means to count the number of items in the set or the event that you are talking about. Okay, so for example, let's say the first one, probability of probability of A given B. You need to find the number of items in A intersect B. So altogether there are 3, right? Because there are 3 picture cards that are spades. Okay, so we do the same for the rest, and you can find the required probability. Okay, but usually this method we will not recommend unless the sample space can be, number one, easily reduced, and then the outcomes are all equally likely. Okay, so before we move on, let us take a look at the pause and think here. So the question here is, will the probability of A given B and the probability of B given A, when will they be equal? Because normally they are not equal. If you look at the two values you have found here, okay, one is 3 over 13, the other one is 1/4. Clearly they are not the same, right? So when do you think these two values will be the same? And that will only happen if the two sets, the two events A and B, they are the same. Okay, that's one possibility. Or when the intersect is an empty set. So that means if you look at the formula, your numerator will be 0. Okay?